Hey guys, Jeff here. Been just about 2 weeks since I posted anything, so I thought I'd give you a quick update. Started back on chemotherapy again today, which I'm supposed to be 3 weeks in a row and then 1 week off. But 2 weeks ago, I had all that gut pain over the weekend, and when I went for my second week of chemo, the nurse talked to the doctor and they sent me to ER. I was admitted, spent 8 days in the hospital with diverticulitis. Um, so yeah, I'm started back. Had my birthday in the hospital, which really sucked. But you know what? My daughter made it so much better. She stayed with me that almost that entire day, which to a 24-year-old kid doing their post grad or their graduate work, whatever. How I'm working on her doctorate and doing her rotations. I know that that was a lot of time. So thanks, Maddie. Love you. Appreciate you. Um, I also had some visits from a lot of friends and fraternity brother and one of my oldest friends in life, 49 years this year. So I just want to say thank you for all the wonderful cards, the gifts that I received, and I can't tell you how much you all lift my spirit and help my fight. And to each one of you, I have a very big debt of gratitude and just want to say thank you. Long story short, this whole video, though, I really want to make it about something that occurred to me through this experience and in the hospital, that you have to be your own best advocate and you have to have some knowledge. So dig. There's good information sources out there. I was able to get some through, I believe it was the Mayo Clinic. You have to be careful of information, but when you're with a reputable source like that, you can pretty well rely on it. But you are in charge of your healthcare. You have the power of veto on everything. They may be the gatekeepers to drugs and some knowledge, and the rest of it, you're there for their advice, but it is a medical practice for a reason. They're all practicing. They are not gods. They don't know everything. And as I found out through this experience, I'm very disappointed in some of these doctors. I'm not a sue happy person. It's not even a thought I'm having, but I want to take you back to the beginning just real quick. When this all started, I had a fractured spine, right? Doctor found it through x-ray and was just going to pass me off to an orthopedic surgeon. That would have led to months of, workups and all that. And who knows if he would have actually gone after the right thing. I found out recently, a colleague of mine, his father had multiple myeloma, kept fracturing his spine, and the orthopedic surgeon just kept injecting cement. Oh, well, gee, and the cancer got worse and worse and worse. Once they found it, I think he told me it lasted about 6 months. Terrible, absolutely terrible. Anyway, long story short, so the fractured spine thing, at the time I looked it up, in Mayo Clinic listed 3 reasons. One, osteoporosis. And the overwhelming cases for that were 70 to 80-year-old females. That one doesn't fit. The other was trauma. No trauma, no car accidents, no falls, nothing. I didn't wipe out on a motorcycle. There's no reason it should have broken lifting a ironing board. The third reason, cancer. And he didn't go after that. I really would, wonder why, but I guess these guys practice defensive medicine in a way, and maybe he wasn't as knowledgeable as they should have been. But a 3-point checklist seems pretty easy, since he asked me the first 2 questions and pretty much ruled those out. Why didn't he go after the third? I read it and I mentioned it to one of my very closest buddies, and he kind of poo-pooed me too. And at the time, I think I exhibited a little bit of denial because I didn't want it to be true. What do you think? You got cancer? No, that wasn't what I was saying. But, as it turns out, I did. So you have to be your own best advocate. The second thing is, when I got hospitalized 2 weeks ago, within 2 days, I had been seen by infectious disease, GI doctors, the attending, a doctor, I don't even remember how the hell they did. They just come in. They're there for about 30 seconds, a minute, talk to you, ask a couple of questions, disappear. The one was the surgeon. And he asked me a few questions, and then, flipped on his phone through my record real fast. I mean, literally 30 seconds, and says, "Oh, I remember you back from end of January, beginning of February. remember me? Yeah, I remember you. We kind of butted heads then too. He's very direct, and so am I. I got no problem with that. But, you know, he wanted to slice and dice right away. That's where I pushed. And if you remember my last video, slicing and dicing, you know, slice or not dice or whatever, I'd said they were gonna consider it. Well, ultimately, my big one of these and told him no, won out. And I, through the whole thing, found out through the Mayo Clinic that the first time around, they didn't do things the way they should have, according to what the Mayo Clinic says. You should have 7 to 10 days minimum of IV antibiotics, followed up by 7 to 14 days of oral antibiotics. And they had only had me on IV antibiotics for a day and a half, and then zipped me straight into oral antibiotics. When they released me, they gave me oral antibiotics, and that was it. So I felt better. Things didn't hurt, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Went to my chemo appointment, my first ones, that first week, and that's what led to all the pain and, you know, being complicated by opioid constipation. God dang, was that painful. So thankfully, when I went for my second week, the nurse did the right thing, called the doctor and said, hey, wait. He sent me over to ER. I was admitted for 8 days. This time they gave me 8 days of an extremely strong IV antibiotic, Zosyn, and then followed up with orals when I left. I've got 14 days of them, and I've still be taking them for another like 7 days. Very strong antibiotics. I don't like to do them, but if I'd have listened to the doctor and just let him go and clip, I'd be screwed right now, because they don't take into consideration the whole patient picture. That insurance that they want to bill to relies on me having a job. Me having a job and being able to pay for it relies on me being at work. Even with FMLA, I'm 100% commission as a service advisor, and if I don't work, I don't earn. If I don't earn, I can't pay for the insurance. I can't pay for my house. I can't pay for food. I can't pay my bills. On down the line, and it'll break you. It'll put you in the poorhouse, and you'll lose everything if you're in my situation. So keep in mind, doctors don't consider that kind of stuff. They want to do what's easy and fast, and for a surgeon, slice and dice is the motive. So, you know, you have to be your own best advocate and look out for number one. Here I sit. I started my second week of chemo today, second out of 3 this 1 month cycle. And, here I am. I still have my intestines. So really important to be your own best advocate. I had stopped and done a little video at Jimmy John's. You know, they just make me happy. One of the things I've received as gifts was a bunch of Jimmy John's gift cards. So thank you. Not going to mention all the gifts I received, but each one was very thoughtful. Not that I want anybody to send me gifts. Please don't mistake me. The sentiments, the cards, the messages, they all mean just as much to me. These are friends and very close family that did these things, and every bit of everything is appreciated. Trying to keep a really positive attitude, finding, stuff to laugh about, and stay stress-free. But I had chemo today. Man, that just knocks my dick in the dirt for about 4 hours after I get out. Came home, slept. I'm actually feeling not too bad right now. I've thus far escaped the nausea and vomiting that everybody, talks about with chemo. So can't be any happier about that. And, just doing good. So I'm going to keep working toward the end goal here now that I'm back on track. And I just ask each one of you, please keep me in your thoughts and prayers, and keep pushing with me, and stay by my side if you would, please, while I kick cancer's ass. Love y'all. Hey guys, Jeff here, new Jimmy John's location. Got out of work today, haven't checked in a while, and I wanted to bring you a new video that has really become super important to me over the last couple of weeks, especially. I realized some things about the way the medical community is working and all of that. And, I worked a lot this week in addition to some things that I'll discuss. in the next part of the video with the hospital stay and all kinds of other stuff. But got out of work, needed a little bit of a smile, ended up at Jimmy John's over here, and looking to brighten the day. Some of my friends and family had sent some Jimmy John's gift cards, which I really appreciate. So I decided that for the next little while, I'm not sure how many times I'll do this, I'm going to throw a sandwich review on. And I normally get their spicy Italian, but after what my guts have been through the last couple of weeks, I decided to go a little more bland. And today I tried their club. Fantastic sandwich. Got a little review on that in just a moment. But I think maybe in the future I'm going to try to go through a few more sandwiches and review them. If you've never had Jimmy John's, fantastic. Really, I come here for the great sandwiches. They are freaky fast, freaky fresh, and freaky good. I mean, it's unbelievable. Their commercials couldn't be more right on about each one of those items. So not to spend too much time on there, I'll include some pictures of the signs that just, this location doesn't have as many as the last one that I went to, but they're great. They're fantastic, and frankly, they make me smile, which is what one of the sign says anyway, to smile. So I'll show you those guys in the next section, and I'll make it fast and then explain why it's super important to be your own best advocate when it comes to your health care, because no one is, I shouldn't say no one, but very few are really looking out for you the way you need to look out for yourself. And I question some of the advice and decisions that have been made for me or given to me lately. I'll explain that in the rest of the video. Right now, I'm going to enjoy my wonderful, delicious Jimmy John's Club. Thanks, and I'll be right back with a little bit more.